This is James Holder, Frightful TV, in association Macklin's Gym Bar. With me, I've got the main man, Nick Mathers, looking very sharp today, Nick, I've got to say, very dapper.
Thank you very much.
How you been keeping?
I've been fine, very fine.
Good. Last
training
interview
going
we've
good.
done with you, done very, very well, I've got to say. People liked your boxing opinion and your views on in general.
No, fair enough. I'll just try and tell the truth on that and see it as I see it personally. You know what I mean? I know everybody's got different opinions on how they read a fight and that, but that's the fun of it, isn't it? You know what I mean?
That's the thrill to it.
That is the fun. There's so many different opinions and people's got, but I like to feel the boxer. And when I say feel, I like to feel the boxer, get a vibe with him and find out what makes him tick, you know what I mean? Whether he gets emotional or whether he can detach them emotions and just get his job done. Because sometimes that is the difference between winning and losing.
Your man Josh WARRINGTON with Patrick HYLAND. What do you know about Patch?
I know he comes from a good fighting stock, so I don't think there's any mind games or psychological games that are going to phase him, so we'll leave that one out. At the end of the day, we've got a total respect for him and him and his career. You know what I mean? He's a good kid. He's only lost in top company. At the end of the day, we're looking to get into that company now, so really and truly, all we can do is say, look, in order for us to realise our dreams, we've got to get past this kind of opposition. And like I say, Padge, he's the one with the experience. He's the one with all the. He's ticked all the boxes already, -2. We are just looking to confirm that we're world status, world level, and that's the most that we can do. Same as we've done already. 100% given, 100% expected. And God's willing, we'll get the job done. You know what I mean?
Talking to Josh today, he seemed a little bit frustrated with the amount of stick he got off the Selby camp for not getting the fight made and stuff. What's the mood been like in the camp, in the aftermath of that, if you like?
We're laughing his heads off at the end of the day. Listen, we've got the fights that we want, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, we'll still fight in front of a packed arena. We'll still fight. We've still got the crowd behind us and that. Obviously, it's a bit frustrating and that, but you know something? I'll just say it as it is. At some point in time, a fighter has to take control of his own destiny, and sometimes you've got to turn around and say, this is what I'm going to do, and if something doesn't happen, such is life, move on. All the messing about with Selby and that, he had the opportunity to fight, he didn't want the fight at the time, we move on. We're boxing Patrick HYLAND. I would like to say that this should be billed as a eliminator for the world title. You know what I mean? It should be. You know what I mean? I'd love to see that underneath, because that'll give a little bit of extra incentive there. You know what I mean? But this is a very good fight. This is a top class fight, as well as Amagassi. To come in with Patrick HYLAND, who, although he lost to Gary Russell, yeah, there's plenty of people who lose to him. You know what I mean? I'll tell you what it is. And boxing's a matter of punches. If you get the right punches, you'll do the job early. If you don't, you have to go the long way. Patrick HYLAND, we've got a lot of respect for him, you know what I mean? And he's coming here to do a job. He knows that all the pressure now has gone off him. It must have. It's all gone off him, you know what I mean? All he has to do now is come and fight some young pretender, as he might put it, young pretender, some young upstart who's been looked after by Eddie, and just because he's got a big crowd and that, and he hasn't earned all these plaudits, he hasn't earned the British title, he hasn't earned the European title, he hasn't earned the WBC international title. At what point in time will they realise that this kid puts 110% into what he's doing? And you know what, to any of you aspiring pros out there, if you get the opportunity, jump on it, because this is what it's about. Fighting in front of the arenas, fighting in front of the cameras, being hailed as one of the best. That's what you want to be aiming for. And if you're not aiming for that, if you're aiming to do it any harder than that, more fool you. You know what I mean? And don't come to me when you're with your black eyes and your bust lips and your big nose, flat nose and all that business. You know, no. It's about getting the job done, and we, hopefully, are going to get the job done on the 30th of June. Well, when I say hopefully, we're going to work towards that to get that job done. And you have to hope, because who knows, you could trip up tomorrow, bust his leg, gets out. You know what I mean? But
touch wood, he don't do that.
That's right, God's willing. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we've got a fantastic build. Look at what we've got.
Just going to come to that. The rest of the card, usually it's not very bad. It's Josh carrying sort of the majority of the card to a degree.
Yeah, people are expecting just to watch Josh, and they come.
There's a lot of great fights.
There's some fantastic. Listen, we've got Dylan White. I'll tell you something. I've just had a word with him, and I'll tell you what it is.
Tommy Coyle.
Tyrone Nurse, Tommy Coyle is a fantastic fight. Crossroads fight. Tommy will probably benefit from not having to boil down to his last weight. You know what I mean? He can turn around and have a fight, a good natural fight at his weight. He's got a lot to prove.
What would you say about Dylan?
Dylan White, I'll tell you what it is, he surprised me. What a nice guy. What a nice guy. I used to talk to him. Don't get me wrong, I've got a lot of time for Anthony Joshua. I love Anthony Joshua. I think he's a credit to the sport.
Why can't you like them both though, man?
No, I do like them both. But initially I was blinded by the chat. and Dylan seemed to chat a bit roadish, and Anthony Joshua seemed to do the standard lines and that. And I thought, well, for the benefit of boxing, the standard lines are what's needed. You know what I mean? Come correct. But in talking to Dylan and listening to him and getting a feel of him, getting a feel of his vibe and his aura, you know something, he's a nice guy, he's a good guy, he's a good guy. The rest of the card, you've got Josh Whale, who always comes to give a fight, always gives a hard fight. Who else we've got? We've got, unfortunately, the little Yaffy Eye guy. That's it. Yeah, that's a fantastic fight. That's a real fight. One's proven, one's yet to prove himself, but he's on his way. Is that Eddie trying to come in and...
he's going to come in.
He needs to come in, you know what I mean?
You're taking valuable
Eddie
Eddie
time
time
in
a minute.
Eddie, excuse me, 1 second please. Yeah man, come in, you know what I mean? Sorry about this, you know I don't mean to order you about. Listen, always a pleasure to see you.
I think you're great.
No, well,
There's only one Nick Manners.
Say it again.
There's only two Nick Manners. I mean, one Nick.
No, listen, Eddie, at the end of the day, there's been 1 or 2 people trying to run their mouth off and turn around and say that in reality you should have stacked this card with Leeds fighters. You know what I mean? Now I personally say...
Stack the fight anymore.
No, but people try to...
Oh, Leeds fighters?
Yeah, but
who?
Exactly. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, there's 1 or 2 fighters out there who could make an impact and could be appreciated, but you know something, like I turn around and say, they've got to earn their right to fight on one of your shows. You know
Earn
what I
their
mean?
right.
Earn their right. Earn their right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
You like that, don't you?
Yeah, and we'll use that again, you know what I mean? Yeah, you've got to earn your right to fight on other people's shows.
And also, we've got a stable of fighters where
That you're obligated
this
to
is
fight.
the worst time for a promoter, the summer. Where look at it, they've got 16 fights on this card. I'm going to do my bollocks on this show. But you've got to get them out. If you want to have the best stable in boxing, there's going to be times where you've got to say, oh, blimey, he's got to get out, he's got to get out, he's got to get out.
100%.
But what you get is for the fans, you get Campbell against Mendes.
Bang.
You get Tommy Coyle against Tyrone Nurse.
Good
you
fight.
get Josh Whale against Gamal Yafai, which
fight.
again is a fight people I think are sleeping on.
Good fight.
You got
Don't
Sam
realise,
Eggington. You got Frankie
Gavin.
Gavin. You got Ryan Burnett. You know,
Who's
it is the best. Yeah.
I mean, my biscuit.
No, it's a fantastic.
It's good though because for Josh,
I think it's best below him.
yeah, it is. But for Josh, all the pressure's on him always. So you know, we've always got other title fights, but now you got. I mean, Coyle's going to bring plenty from Hull. You've got plenty coming from Huddersfield, Ryan Burnett, and I think Josh Whale against Gamal Yafai is a fight I'm really looking forward to. I know. And everyone, do you know Gamal Yafai is 33-1 on to win that fight, and Josh Whale is 10-1 to win that fight.
Oh, there's some good money on that.
Some money on there.
Some money on that
They're
bet.
putting money either way, isn't it? You know what I mean?
And Campbell against Argenis Mendes. He's an IBF.
I think what you're going to get is you're going to get a lot of people travelling for the show.
Yeah, no, definitely.
A lot on the old tours. Plus the fact that the 2 Irish kids in there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a massive Irish contingent.
Yeah.
And I think you'll see this.
Yeah.
It'll be.
Well, it'll be good for Josh to fight someone who's got support.
That's right, who's bringing support, you know what I
I
mean?
mean,
Let
I'm
them
not
shout.
going to be driving down to Whitmarket night before selling tickets, no mate.
Yeah, of course it is.
Put pressure on somebody else, you know what I mean?
Of course it is. That's what.
Oh, just 1 second, wait there. Just 1 second. Caitlin, will you rugby thingy that thing for me, please? Just rugby it. Okay. Right then, as you were saying, listen, this is what I've done is I've got everybody on the card to sign this, okay? And at the end of the day, what I'd like you to do off the top of your head, a boxing question, because whoever answers it gets these Muhammad Ali authentic signed gloves in commemoration of the man himself.
Right. When Josh Warrington's career kicked off, he beat a fighter in his backyard that also boxed Lee Selby and defeated Lee Selby early on in his career. Where was it, who was the fighter, and what was the title?
The winner gets these Muhammad Ali float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, authentic, signed by all the great fighters. Have you signed it yet?
No, but not signed by Muhammad Ali. We just had to
We're
find out.
going to mention
you
that
didn't listen.
bit.
We could have.
But the good news is it's signed by all the fighters on the bill,
Yeah.
and you have all you have to do to win it is answer that question and send £500 to the Matchroom headquarters.
There you go. And got to be on
No,
that
that's a
on
joke.
that. No. But no, it's good. Listen, look at that. We've got and in the old colours of float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, you know what I mean? Signed by all of them, all right? So from Nick Manners Boxing, Eddie Hearn, you're right to fight, you know what I mean? We're going to say goodbye from allegedly the most handsome trainer in British boxing. Peace.